y'all, it's Nye. I'm back with another video. So these numbers stood out to me and I was like, let me do some research. So I looked it up, but I didn't really get too deep into it because as soon as I looked it up, I started to say the word over and over, and then the message started to come, and then the song came into my head and I got the word. I know what God kind of wants me to talk about. The thing about God is he'll have me to start speaking on a topic, and then he gonna take over from there. So I know how I'm getting ready to start. Sometimes I know the breakdown of every point I'm gonna speak on, but sometimes I just know the beginning and God finish it. All right, so let's get it going. So I looked up the number 34 because this number was standing out to me. I seen it on a couple of numbers here. I seen how 3 different videos or something was 34, right? And then it was followed by another number, but it was 34. And then the other number was 349, and it was 2 different numbers that was standing out. That was 349, and then but 34, I seen it about 3-4 times. So I was like, let me look up 34. So I look up 34, and Strong's it said that it was about herd, like a sheep, tending to your herd, right? Tending to your sheep, like shepherd, feed my sheep, feed my sheep, feed my sheep. It's like you're tending to the sheep, right? Your herd. These are people that is depending on you, right? You are the one leading the way, right? You're speaking for the masses, you're helping the masses, right? And then I was like, okay, let's do 349. Now we looking at 349, and it was cry out. Ow. So it was this person is, and it was cry out, it was fear, or whatever. So I'm getting a message here of someone who is afraid, is fearful to get into the position to be like a shepherd. You get me? I'm getting that someone is not that they're not ready, because I feel like God thinks that they're ready, but they're crying out because they're very, very fearful of the next step, right? So God could be calling someone. This is giving me masculine energy, y'all. This is giving me for a masculine here. So this could be definitely for a male. And this could be for someone's spouse. I don't know. But it's giving that someone is crying out because they're a bit afraid of what the next step means. They know that God is asking them to be in charge of some type of flock, to tend to a flock, to be an example, a role model. But this person is still kind of dealing with some type of fear. Maybe this person is still a bit shameful or doubtful, or they still just don't feel like life really dwelling and living through them. They might just feel like they living in life. Or they might not even feel like they living. They might just feel like they're here. They didn't ask to be here. They're just here. These are unforeseen circumstances. Just mad shit done happen in their life, and they just feel like they're just here and they're just trying to get through it. But they don't actually know directions. They don't actually have a plan. They really just trying to get through day by day type shit. And this person is being called to a different position where God is telling them, okay, now it's time for you to feed and lead my sheep. God is saying, speak to my sheep, tend to my sheep. I sent you to be the shepherd. You know what I'm saying? People are depending on you. You know what I'm saying? People are looking for you. They're lost because you're not in the position that you're supposed to be in. Imagine the motherfuckers that got the sheeps and shit, and imagine they looking for that dog to what, I don't even know the whole process. And mind you, I never really been on a farm, y'all, but y'all know what I'm saying. If the dog is never there to tend to the sheep will go crazy, or what do they use? I know sometimes they might use a goat or something, I don't know, to tend to the sheep. I never been a farm life. I'm from fucking New York City and Trenton, New Jersey. So listen to me. Very hood, nothing farm like. But yeah, so this person, God is like, okay, I done built you up. You're grown now. You got some wisdom now. I done gave you more knowledge in this department. You have knowledge in this career, or you have knowledge when it comes to this situation in this department, right? And these departments, different departments, compartments. It's baby, it's time for you to go. It's this person, you're done with training wheels. God is saying, I'm taking the training wheels off. Like, baby, I need you to step up. I need you to step into your position. And this person is crying out to God because they scared. They're crying out to God because they don't think that they're ready to take the position. That's literally the message. Someone is crying out and very fearful. And when I just said crying out just now, I felt a very big sense of emotion. So someone is literally crying right now listening to this message, or someone has literally been crying to God because they're confused about the mission. They're confused about what their actual purpose and promise is. This person thought that they was doing what they were supposed to be doing, and now they just got hit upside down with a whole new, it's kind of like a revelation. It's like you've been living this way, and then boom, the truth and everything is exposed and telling you where you should be going and what you actually should be doing, and what you've been doing is not really what it's not what I want you to be doing forever. It's what I needed you to be doing at a specific time until I, trained you up. But now that you're trained, I need you to get into your position because you have a whole flock that's waiting for you. You have a whole flock that's waiting to be learned by you or inspired by you. There's even some flock that's waiting to be wealthy because of you. I dropped a video and I was like, some people's wealth is attached to you or attached to certain people and situations. And this is why it's important to move when your intuition or when God is leading you to move, because certain people is attached to your wealth and your success. So if you're not getting into that leadership position and you're not getting into the position to lead the flock, and God has it where you're going to be a blessing to the flock. You're going to be able to feed the flock and take care of the flock and like feed their spirit, but be able to feed them physically. You know what I'm saying? When someone comes to you with problems, you're going to actually be able to help them financially. You know what I'm saying? So it's like God needs you to really step into that mentally so that you can believe that you're ready for that, because he wouldn't say that you're ready if you're not fucking ready. And obviously God thinks that you're ready. So I think it's time for you to break out of fear and rebuke whatever it is that is telling you that you're not ready for the next chapter. Because you're actually going to feel better because you're going to be living in your truth. You're going to feel like a sense of relief because you're going to be like, damn, I can actually be myself now. I don't have to try and act like I don't want this, or I don't have to have my guard up with certain things. I could just be the lover girl that I am. I could just be the lover boy that I am, because we're all humans who crave love. So the faster and the easier that we accept and surrender to the plans that God has for us, right? When we get to that point where God is like, okay, it's time for you to get your training wheels off. I'm putting you to the next step. And you might feel scared. You're nervous. It's like God is taking you on that ride for the first time without training wheels. You're nervous as fuck. You're like, hell no, I'm not doing that shit. I ain't ready, and I ain't no stupid person to go doing it knowing that I ain't fucking ready. That's how you thinking about it. And God is like, he was laughing in the beginning. He was giggling a little bit. He was like, ha, 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 that's cute. That's funny. Ha, ha, ha. But now it's dragging. Now he's like, son, I said I need you in this position. This is definitely specific. This feels specific. Like this is for someone specifically. And this might be for like a whole bunch of men specifically. Just know if it's resonating within your spirit, go talk to God about it. Bring up this message in prayer, because someone is definitely confused, and they've been, and I don't even, matter of fact, scratch the word confused, because the confused word is from the enemy. The enemy wants you to think that you're confused, but you know exactly what the fuck it is that God wants you to do, where he wants you to be, and what you know exactly what it is God is trying to send you to do. You know exactly where God is sending you. You could see clearly what's going on now. So it's not that you're confused. The enemy wants you to feel like you're confused. And this is why you're fearful and you can't take that step. But you could see exactly what it is. You know exactly what it is. And you're going to know this message is for you, because you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about right now. You're going to know 100% in your heart exactly what God is trying to tell you to do when it comes to your life, to put you in a better position or whatever it is, so that you are the leader of the flock, so that you are in the next phase. It's time for you to enter into phase 2. It's literally time for people to enter into phase two. And you're being very, very fearful about it. And God knows that you really have been crying out. He knows. And this is, I just heard silent cry. Oh my gosh. I just heard silent cry when I was about to say, and I just heard silent cry. That's crazy. Because it's like, you're not even really crying out. You're not. Because it's silently. And, oh, God, you better stop it. God said, because you're like, how is it a silent cry? I'm praying to God about it. I'm asking God about it. Wow. I'm getting emotional. Somebody is crying right now off of this message, y'all. God said that I'm calling it a silent cry because you're not talking to people around you about this situation. You're keeping it all to yourself. You're not expressing your emotions. You're not expressing your feelings to people around you. You're keeping it to yourself. You're only talking to yourself. Yes, you're talking to me, but you're talking to yourself. You're not talking to people that is around. You're keeping it a secret. He said it's like it's a secret to you. You haven't shared this with anyone because you don't want people to tell you what you know you're supposed to do. Oh, my God. I feel like that was straight. I think that was straight out of God's mouth right there. I had tears just falling out my eyes while I was saying that. Too bad y'all can't see me. Whoa. He said it's a silent cry. Whoa, that got deep. It's like you want a specific life, but you're doing it behind the scenes. You're hiding behind the scenes. You're saying that you want one thing, but secretly you want something else. He's like, this is why it's a silent cry. God is saying you're silently crying to me, son, but I want you to cry out loud. Whoa, the cry out. With the 349, God is like, I want you to cry out loud. You're silently crying to me, son. You're not telling me exactly what it is. You're not telling your friends. You're not speaking up. You're not saying how you feel. So no one can process or do anything with this because you're holding it in. It's all silent. Nothing is happening if you're keeping it in. It's silent. It's no progress. God is saying you're silently crying out to me and I need you to just cry out. Wow, confirmation. I just got a fucking notification vibration. God is saying to someone, I need you to cry out to me, son, but I need you to cry out with your mouth, speaking it to the world, acknowledging the changes, acknowledging how you feel, accepting that we're wrong sometimes. What we think we know, we don't always know. Sometimes God has to reveal things to us. So God is waiting for someone to just accept the changes. I know you're still a bit battling if you're confused or if you're seeing clearly, but God is saying you are not dumb. You see clearly. You know me. God is saying I've been talking to you all your life. God is saying you guys always had a connection. Someone here always had a relationship with God. And he wants to tell you that, God said that he wants to tell you that don't think that he don't hear you or you're not still good in his sight. He still see you as his son. He just wish that you would stop crying silently and you will really just own up and be truthful. Whoa. This is a specific message. These are coming like words from God, y'all. I'm like very emotional right now. It's like I'm talking for God for a son here. It's a man. This is definitely for a masculine. But God is saying, I want you to know that I respect our relationship. You've always considered me. You're still a good son to me, but I need you to grow up now. He's like, as soon as you accept this, you're going to be the happiest you ever been. You're going to love me even more than you already do. I know that you love me. He said, I know you love me, son. I know you love me. I know you love what I have for you. You just don't realize it yet. He said, as soon as you take the steps that I need you to take, son, you're already smart. You know what to do. As soon as you take these steps, son, I can make things work out for you. That's what God is saying. As soon as you follow what I'm trying to show you here, follow the yellow brick road, I can give you the steps here. That's what God is saying to someone here. I think he also wants you to know, like, because I kept hearing the word easy, easy, easy. Like, maybe you thought something was going to be easier, and maybe now it feels so hard for you to do. But it's like, God is just like, your life was never easy. It's not an easy life. You don't want an easy life. He's saying you were meant for challenges. He's saying you're strong enough to handle it. This is why he made you this way. He's saying, I made you to be built. He said, I made you to be built like Goliath, but with a heart like David. He said, you're meant to handle these battles. Whoa. He said, you're meant to handle these battles. He said, you're meant to handle these battles. Sheesh, that was very specific. And do with that message how it fits. This is definitely for someone that is a son to God. Okay, very specific, a masculine. Chat later. Bye.